Begin by working at the front of the exhaust system and remove the four 13mm nuts that connect the exhaust system to the exhaust manifold, as indicated by the green arrows. Be careful when you loosen these nuts. I like to spray the studs with a penetrating oil and clean the ends of the studs with a wire brush before removing. Depending on where you live, these can really seize up. If they break, don't worry, you can remove the studs by hammering them out and replacing them with new studs. Once the nuts are removed, remove the header reinforcement plate as indicated by the yellow arrow. If the exhaust has been repaired on your vehicle, you may have clamps at the midpoint of the exhaust. Loosen these now. Support the exhaust system from below using a hydraulic floor jack or a jack stand. I like to put the jack under the muffler. If your vehicle has a tailpipe flap, disconnect the vacuum hose to the tailpipe flap. The flap vacuum hose is located right above the left rear of the muffler. Next, working at the center of the vehicle, remove the 8 T45 fasteners, green arrows, then remove the reinforcement plate from the vehicle, yellow arrow. Working below the transmission, remove the transmission splash shield. Please see our tech article and video on lower splash shield replacing by following the link at the end of this video. After you remove the splash shield and have the jack supporting your exhaust system, it's time to start unbolting it. The first support to remove is located at the transmission. There are two ways to remove it. There is a clamp that's held in place by an E10 bolt that is indicated by the green arrow. You can unbolt it here. However, I find in my area it's usually rusted solid. The other option is to remove the entire support bracket with the exhaust, which means unbolting it from the transmission. To do this, remove the two E10 bolts as indicated by the yellow arrows. You will have to counterhold the 13mm nuts on the back side of the bracket when removing it. Working at the rear differential, remove the exhaust mount 18mm fastener, green arrow. An alternate way to disconnect the exhaust from the rear differential hanger would be to leave the rubber isolator off the hanger, yellow arrow. Working at the muffler, remove the E10 mounting fastener as indicated by the yellow arrow, then remove the 13mm mount fastener, green arrow. Lower the exhaust and remove it from the vehicle. You may have to wiggle the exhaust out of the exhaust manifold studs. If it gets stuck, raise the exhaust slightly, then pull the exhaust off towards the rear of the vehicle. Once the exhaust has been removed, you can replace the front mufflers or repair the system as needed. Line up the new parts with the old and mark where you will cut. Use a pipe cutter to cut pipes, then remove any sharp edges from the pipes. Install the new parts using exhaust clamps, then reinstall the exhaust system. Thanks for watching. Click here to view the original article along with hundreds of other DIY content for your car.